Hello, Divas. This is our special edition from Mobile Horn of Africa. With this edition, I'm joined by Mr. Jale Jamal from Sweden. In our today's discussion, we'll be talking about the diaspora's role in nation building and respecting or ensuring the national interest of one's country. So please do stay with us. Mr. Jale, thank you for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me, and it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I am very happy having this opportunity to just to say something for one day about my country. Thank you very much for having me.
I really thank you very much. To begin with, would you make a layered introduction about yourself so that we'll begin our point of discussion?
Yeah, as I told you, my name is Jalli Jamal Ahmad. I am an Ethiopian who live in here in Sweden, and I am a teacher in the elementary level school, and I am also the secretary of Humbana Global Foundation. Yeah, that is all about my.
Okay, directly I'll move to my first question. The diaspora's role is really as very essential in nation building and also ensuring and safeguarding a country's national interest. What's your view regarding that?
My view on this point is that the diaspora must maintain a united to protect national interest. It means that it is not just safeguarding the particular government, but it means that it's safeguarding the nation itself. You know, we have one country, Ethiopia. This country is endure and um, forever belong to all of us. When some diaspora maybe can have opposite idea about just and respecting national interest, maybe they take that as supporting the leading parties. It is not. That was wrong. You know, respecting and protecting national interest means that it is just safeguarding the country's futurity.
Diaspora engagement said important. How is that important on political sphere, on economic and social development sphere? How can they contribute or discharge their responsibilities?
You know, when we are hearing that we have many diasporas which come from another country, and we see that they closely work with their government. It is not like our country's diaspora. When I compare our diaspora and another country diaspora, the other country diaspora, they doesn't care about the leading party or the person who on the power, but they focus on that what is important for their countries. This can be it can be a good example for, I can take, for example, Turkey diaspora. They don't like, for example, Erdogan, but if something happened by another country, if another country try to invade their country, they support Erdogan himself. I think this will be a good example for our diaspora. But the diaspora first, they just strong themselves in the country they live in and organize by association, and they cannot, if they organize by association, they can participate in different economic activity, in different investment activity in the country. Instead of that, focusing the fake news which insult the country names and glorify the just wrong politician who doesn't like about the country's development and about the country's union. So our diaspora must focus how Ethiopia's development will be continue, and how they just advocate for this country in all direction.
On toward this only national interest to strengthen the difference, the connectivity of the diaspora community with, with our country, and as well as to strengthen or to bring together the differences, just to harmonize and make them contribute to their country. What do you think should be done?
I want to say something very clear that our government himself also must contact diasporas and organize them, because some of our diaspora, they don't know about organization. They come direct through the different ways, just by they come through the refugee ways, and they don't know about the country. They have already learned that supporting their country is not just like a positive thing, but if they get uncountable meeting with their government, and some discussion. So I think they can. It will be good, if the government contact the diaspora, and like in a former time when the prime minister came to USA, he organized many diasporas, like that. If that is continuous, so it will be very important for the country's future. The diaspora, maybe they can have a little, crown or dollars. It is a little better economy than income we have in the Ethiopia. If this collected and if we work together, that can be, improve the country's economy. I think so.
Thank you. Maybe the other issue I would like to raise is about misinformation. Of course, there are some diasporas countering such kinds of misinformation. The real scenario on ground in Ethiopia is different from what is being spread over various media outlets. What could be the role of the diaspora in countering such kinds of misinformation or false information?
Yes, this is a good question. Just I want to say something about it. This is very absolute. This is very common in our diaspora. They just take individual idea which opposite with the government, and they spread that to social media and a different platform. This is something dangerous for the country, but the reality can win such false news. The diaspora must, if even the diaspora must just stand with the government, like on the truth. When you see now in a recent time, in past 5 years or 6 years, you can see a good improvement in all direction in our country. Uh, because there are some individual, there are some group who doesn't like, us Ethiopians unities, as Ethiopians unions between internal and the diaspora, between country peoples, and they have many masterminders on this, but the diaspora must explain to the country they live in at the truth on the ground is this, but not this which you see on social media or something. We need to tell to each other also. We just leave that our individual interest and the group interest, and we give a place. We must give the place for the countries. This we must stop, writing and updating the fake news about the country. this is not good for our future. We never this country is not our country. We will back one day to our homeland. So this is not good for our diaspora. Our diaspora must closely work together with his government. That is my main idea, which I have as one of the Ethiopian diaspora.
What can the diaspora community do in assisting or strengthening Ethiopia's diplomatic effort within their host countries, maybe to support what Ethiopia is moving forward to ensure its national interests?
The lack of accessing to the sea is what is the consequence of our young people's fled from his home country. We have all natural resources. We have money, income. We can, our country is like a paradise. But because we have not access to the sea, our peoples fled from his country in case of job opportunity, in case of better income or better life. So this access to the sea questions which are raised in recent days by the Ethiopian government is diaspora must support this question, even must inform to the international community with just what is the reality of Ethiopia. We have had the access to the sea. This is no negotiation. So, but the country was not under the democratic system in a former time. So, because of that, we lose the accessing to the sea. This need to speak on every conference without any negotiation and tell to all politicians, in the country we live in, for example, I live in Sweden. I must just tell the reality to the politicians of Swedish. So this is such activity can make positive the diplomatic relation our country have with international, with the global politicians.
What do you think should be done for Ethiopia's government to exploit and to use at most of the diaspora's potential for nation building and to engage the diaspora community? Maybe it could be on investment opportunities in general to boost the country's economic development. You may mention, for example, a kind of policy frameworks. What do you think should be done to further strengthen a diaspora's contribution for the nation's development?
I think I have pointed a little bit about the organization, the organizing under just like association and contact then the government. I have sometimes meet with the Ethiopian government is ambassador here in Sweden. I think the government also need to mobilize this diaspora, despite their negative idea on just leading party or on, this is the good. This is the first activity we should the government should work is having a good relation with diaspora also can improve. Our diaspora, as I told you already, that some of our diaspora they are not educated peoples. They come, in just 50 years old age to the country, and it is difficult for them even to learn the country language. But when you can see maybe the demonstration say that Abiy is down, Abiy. This is, something done by masterminders who sit and collect the monies of people, just mad dollars, and sit. Tomorrow go demonstration and say Avida. So this is not the solution. The solution is positive discussion with the diaspora. I think our diaspora also must share information about our government. You know, there are some diaspora who have no information about this country because he already filled with fake information, with false information about the country. So if we just united, as I told you before, if we united with the internal and with the government and Ethiopians who live in the country and the Ethiopians who live in diaspora, so we will win even our enemies which way in which to displace our country. That is my point.
Thank you. Having said that, let's move to the other very hot agenda of Ethiopia's election. So far, you've been concerned. What's your view on this election?
This election, you know, the seventh general election, is very crucial, you know, very important in the country. International community, Ethiopian peoples, include Africans. Africans are waiting this election, you know, like an autumn rain in our country. You know, we do an autumn rain. Say that when you see the election campaign, it is something new in the country. Actually, you know, you can see today the Oromo Liberation Front flag waving in the different cities. You know, when I was in the homeland, this flag and this penalty is the same. It's similar. Having that flag and getting this penalty from the Supreme Court, from the court. But now you can have this flag wherever you live. You can live that. You can just wave in every place. But I want to say on this election, just as the world keep their eyes to our country. You know, Ethiopia means not only Ethiopia. Ethiopia means all continents, all Africans. If something happen positively in the country, this is proudness for all of Africa. On this, I want to say just to all political parties, all peoples, voters, and the candidate, I only encourage and advise all political parties, you know, to respect and accept the result officially announced by what we call a national electoral board, and respect. You know, I hope also that the election result will be transparent and credible. I hope also it will not controversial. You know, we have learned, you know, in a past election, you know, some politicians start crying after you know, completion of the election. They say our members was arrested in that place, in those place, and they said our vote ballot was stolen. Oh, this is not necessary now. Now, if the world which have witnessed that Ethiopia is embracing democracy in a good ways. We cannot hide this reality. The world understand as Ethiopia just doing a good work in all direction, in economy, in economic growth, in a political improvement of politics. You know, you have today we have many activists who sit in Addis Ababa or Finfinne, who sit in Finfinne and criticize the government. But in a former time, it was not seen in the former time. I hope that, as I told you, that the political parties must extend their congratulations to the winning parties after the result announcement from the National Electoral Board Commission in a spirit of democracy and national unity. This does not mean that when the election completed peacefully in one country, the victory is not only winning party. The victory is all country peoples, include all continent peoples. This is what I want. I believe also that the peaceful completion of this election will become a great shock and a disappointment for our enemies, for Ethiopian enemies.
The peaceful completion of this election may bring some opportunity for the country to step up its development journeys. What other benefits can this election bring to Ethiopia to move forward?
Yes, this is also a good question. The peaceful completion of this election even can change our diplomatic relation with some country which is still not believe the reality of Ethiopia. There are some country which is still supporting the group who want to destroy the Ethiopian development directly and indirectly. Maybe this peaceful completion of this election can change such idea, and it will be good for Ethiopians. It will be good relation for Ethiopian government in the way of having diplomacy with the many countries. I think Ethiopia have already good diplomatic relation, but still some groups and some countries, we can say money, they try to hide the reality, but this will be insoluble after this peaceful completion of this 7th general election. I just repeat this point again. All political parties support us. I want to encourage and advise as they accept and respect the National Electoral Commission's officially announcement about elections. This is the main point for all country. It will be a good. Tomorrow will be a good day for Ethiopians, and I want to say congratulations to all Ethiopians.
Mr. Jalle Jamal from Sweden, I really thank you very much for your precious time to respond to my questions. I hope to join you again. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thanks a lot for having me and your teams. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Our dear viewers, our discussion focused on the role of diaspora, nation building and strengthening the national development, as well as the 7th Ethiopian general election is what we have observed. We thank you for your time. Stay tuned with the remaining session from OBN Horn of Africa. Goodbye.